Hey, what up, Long Beach? Welcome back to the 562.org. It's Tyler.
And Mike, and this high school playoff basketball video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company.
On the road, playoffs, Mike. Semifinals in boys basketball. Long Beach Poly on the road, taking on Foothill. We got a good one tonight.
Freshman Giovanni Ruff has been nails in these playoffs. Jackrabbits going into a tough road environment deep in the OC, a great crowd for the home team.
Yeah, taking on the Foothill Knights. 5 white boys, but they not in sync.
The jerseys.
Yeah, the home team wears white. They're 27-2, good team, and a tough test for the Jackrabbits in the dungeon. The Knights got off to a great start with Braden Bernard getting back-to-back buckets inside. He was definitely a mismatch on the post for Poly. Then Cruz Billings going to drive for the layup, and just like that, it's 6-0 Foothill, an early timeout from Poly.
Well, you haven't really seen the Jackrabbits get got like that early in a game. They've been holding every team they've played under 50 points so far, but Poly settles in offensively. The elbow jumper by Marcel Hayes, and then off the steal by Buddha. We already know he's looking ahead, and he's going to get it to Giovanni Ruff in transition for the smooth floater.
Yeah, that's a little ironic, isn't it? Then Chris Watson with the nifty lay here. His lay package always been elite. That would tie things up for Poly, so they just needed a minute to settle in. Then the Jackrabbits also D'ing up well. Great blocks by Ruff, and then Daniel Hardy with the volleyball roof as the possession goes to the Jackrabbits.
Then this Gabe Cummings midi gives Poly a 12-10 lead after the first quarter. Not the biggest basket Gabe Cummings would make tonight.
No, definitely not, and the team stayed remarkably even in that second quarter. Great transition bucket by Buddha. Then Cummings on the take puts Poly in front by 2. Still not his biggest bucket.
Back comes Foothill as Tyler Amon gets the reverse lay to go 6 ties in the second quarter. They trade twos. Ruff with the nice take here. Obviously such a polished game from this freshman, but the Knights would sneak in front with this bucket from Billings. Foothill's going to take a 24-22 lead into the locker room at halftime.
Yeah, they traded twos on 2:22, and 2 had the last bucket. It all adds up. The Jackrabbits get right to it in the second half. Welcome to the Gabe Cummings show. Wow, he would take this game over in the third.
Yeah, he said it's 3-33-33. Watson's going to go spin cycle, and then it's GC for 3 to double the lead. Timeout Foothill. Poly is on an 8-0 run to start the half. Cummings fired all the way up, 30-24 Poly.
Yeah, Gabe just coming out of his skin there, just so fired up. The crowd's into it, as this is Poly's biggest lead at 6 points. And you thought this was a game? No, it's a Gabe. Count it, and the foul. 16 points for Cummings in the third quarter alone. Poly up by 9 at this point. Yeah, he was just different after halftime.
Marco Manzi with back-to-back buckets to help pull the Knights back in it. They did not go quietly here in their home gym.
Yeah, who Manzi this?
Off the steal, Carlo Billings is going to take it all the way. Foothill on an 8-0 run to pull within 1 at 35-34. Nothing's easy in a dungeon, Tyler. I don't know if you know that about dungeons.
Absolutely not, and their crowd is now in it, but Gabe Cummings was a human torch in the third. Hits a couple more tough jumpers. He was pushing 3 all second half long. Poly back up by 4. Are you not entertained?
And then after a Foothill 3, Watson with the tough drive to the cup. Poly a 42-39 lead headed to the fourth quarter. And, it was a nervy game. It was just right there on the edge for the entire contest. Foothill starts the fourth on a 6-0 run as Bernard gets the putback here. He had a team-high 16.
Then Jacob Horton here's a 2 as he's going to drive in for the layup. It's 45-42 Foothill here midway through the fourth, and the buckets were just tough to come by in that quarter. Both teams locking in defensively. Obviously, you're a little nervous with the ball in your hands in these moments, but definitely a defensive slugfest. Now under 3 minutes to go, Poly down 2. Off of this miss, the loose ball ends up with Buddha, and he's going to bring it back the other way in transition.
He's looking for Ruff, and we've got a 3-car pileup on the 22 here. Absolute carnage on the floor. But they do foul Ruff, and a tough 1-on-1 situation for a 9th grader. But Giovanni Ruff is not your average freshman. Crowd going crazy. Buries 1, buries 2 to tie the game.
Yeah, we're tied up with 1:13 to go. I mean, those are just really clutch free throws from anyone, much less a 9th grader. Knights come the other way, going to set it up for a 3 by Billings. It's no good, and back comes Poly the other way. Mike, you know where this is going. Number 21.
Savage. Game Winner goes up by 3, 48, 45, 27 seconds left. He's geeked. That crowd is absolutely eating up everything he's dishing out. Cummings puts the Jackrabbits up by 3 with 27 seconds left. The first field goal for Poly in the fourth quarter.
Foothill now needs a 3 to tie it. It's no good. Ball comes off. Loose rebound will fall to Watson. He would be fouled. But another 1-and-1 situation here, Mike. Huge free throw, just under 10 seconds to play. He's trying to ice it with this one, and it is perfect. Nothing but net. And Poly's crowd knows that'll just about do it, especially the Watson family in the top row.
Yeah, they're fired up. Also, a heads-up play by Watson just to dribble around to do that little retreat and take an extra 4 or 5 seconds off the play clock. Then he nails both free throws for good measure. And Poly coach Shelton Diggs already knows what time it is. Jackrabbits are going to win it. You see Peyton Watson coming out to celebrate, tackle his former high school head coach. A huge victory for this Jackrabbits team that will now have a chance to play at Village Christian on Friday and try and win the program's 21st CIF championship.
50-45 is your final. Another slugfest on the road. What more can you say about Gabe Cummings? The senior had 25 points. He was 8 of 8 in the second half, made all 4 of his threes. Just clutch.
I called it. I'm just going to come out and call it. I said it after the quarterfinals. He was due for a big game, and I called it. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, including Ocean Law Center. We've got another Poly game coming up on Friday here in the CIF Championship. For full coverage, you got to keep it at the 562.